I'm gonna wait till 5 minutes before the market to go live on TikTok this time instead of 10 to see if that does anything. But I'm live on some of the other systems now. Anyway, that parabolic cone is a probability cone, and it's following the standard deviation of 1 based on the last 365 days of price data, which is exactly what delta is made from. So this white line, I designed this probability cone to follow what I would find in the options. This white is the 20 delta. Anyway, I keep that on my chart, permanently, because I'm always going to be checking out the options and the delta and delta. RSI has come and gone back and forth. I think there was a short period where we had MACD. We had something else. Was it CCI? We had something for a while, but CAMA has stayed. Moving averages have stayed. Probability cone has stayed. This just goes to show how important those are. Frankly, CAMA is hidden secret sauce. This is, by the way, look at this is the first time that price has fallen below CAMA in a while. Last time it did that, it started up the dipped area. Definitely would have you exiting positions if you were in shares, and just converting to capital and waiting it out. By the way, which is what you should do, Marcus, and everybody who trades shares. Yeah. So I got this TikTok phone right in front of my screen here, so I can't quite see this. Good morning, Mark. Okay, so anyway, Marcus, are you in NNE? I don't know if you got some of that NNE way back when I was starting to talk about it. Anyway, I'm up 275% on that. You did? Nice. And you too, Mark? Great. Did you guys sell some into these moves? Because let's say you held this. You got your allocation, you're like, man, oh good, Marcus. Good, you guys, good going. Let's say you held this with the intention of it being this fantastic investment, right? At 7. That's where I got it. Maybe you got it around there too. A year later, it's at 14, and you're like, man, 100% return in 1 year. That's incredible. This is great. A year later, it's at 21. You're like, wow. One more year, and it's at 25. Like, when do you sell? I mean, at that point, actually, it's so slow at moving that you probably just leave it. But the point is that you just got that entire, you've got 2 or 3 years worth of return in 2 weeks right now on NNE. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with expending it all out into all this profit. It's going parabolic. This is one of the first days it's gapping up open strong like that. One of the first is the second. This is only the second day out of all days that it's put in that it's gapping up open. And last time it pulled back to the prior day's close and then started skyrocketing more and then closed green. But I don't think that's sustainable. That's not sustainable price action. And it's not necessary to be sustainable. Like, who wants to own it? Who wants to own it at 27? That'd be the dumbest thing you could do, right? Nobody. So it's time to start selling it off, which is what I'll be looking to do. And then let it crash, let it pull back, let it rest. It needs to come back to 14 to 10, even 8 or 12, any of those areas there. If I could get it down to my original purchase price of 7, then I would refill up. And the amazing thing about that would be then it would be a free ride. I'd have all my shares that I had gotten for free because the profits will have paid for all the shares that I'm rebuying. So it's like, a free reload. So you can sell at the top, Buy at the bottom, sell at the top, buy at the bottom. So, it makes it sound so easy. But this is the model case where it's easy and it makes sense, and you know what you're supposed to do. There's a lot of other cases which are complex and confusing and frustrating, and you kind of don't know what to do in those cases. Well, what to do is this. And yet, this is not happening on those other frustrating, complex situations. And so, but you got to think back to it. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. So the other things are just frustrating processes of the model scenario. But the truth is true. Buy low, sell high, and get out, and then you can get back in, reaccumulate down below at some point. Some stocks make it obvious. Some stocks do not make it obvious, and that's just the way it goes. But this is a good example of that. You need to uh, keep this in mind, and then do. That's what you're supposed to do. There's absolutely nothing wrong with selling everything you have, the rest of it right here. I mean, that's plenty of gain, 250%. You only need 100% gain to sell 50%, have it come back to your purchase price, refill with the amount of shares that you sold off, and now it's a free position. If you sell half that double, you've just taken in profit everything you could potentially lose if it went to zero. But if it goes back to your purchase price and then you rebuy the shares you sold, it'll be with half the money or you just sold. So maybe it's 200%. I mean, you have to do the math, but it's something like that. Okay. As you can see, the point is, it's you're in a great spot when you get multiples of 100 or 200% gains. Just make sure by the time you're at 100% or 200% that you're at least 50% out. When you're closing in on 60, 70, 80%. But that's not hard and fast. See, every stock is going to move however much it's going to move. And if you could draw a line from where you got in to where it ends up topping out and you don't know where that is, if you could draw a line from there to there and then divide it evenly into 5% exits or 10% exits or 20% exits, that will be the correct rate in which to sell take those profits. But you don't know. You don't know how much it's going to move. But the ADR percent can kind of tell you. The ADR right now is 40%. So that's off the charts, crazy. Anything can happen. This thing could probably crap out today. And it would be fine to just exit, which is probably what I'll do. I'm not going to regret it like flying up to 35 the next day if I got out at 20 because it started bleeding out today, or 18 because it started bleeding out and being all red. And I got out at 18, but I bought at 7 and I sold half all the way up to 24. Then the next day it goes to 30, 35, 40. I mean, you can't regret that, because you did the right thing. It was the right you traded your stocks morally and ethically correct. You used your capital morally and ethically correct. I'm sure there's some immoral and unethical people out there who want to do it a different way. But they're gonna be rich one minute and poor the next minute. So uh, who do you want to be? That's really weird, but like just flashed in front of my eyes was Michael Landon from Highway to Heaven. Remember that guy? Anybody? Some of you remember that guy? Yeah, just tragic that he died. Really stood for a lot. He's kind of like Jim Caviezel or Mel Gibson or any of these guys who stand for really high moral standards in society, but are trying to do good deeds and good work in the entertainment industry to help promote, good morality, high moral standards. And or think of like Irwin, what's his name? Was it Robert Irwin? Steve Irwin, that guy. I mean, these guys just like, oh, come on, why do they have to die? They're just the best, like so wholesome, great human beings, just radiating greatness in society. All right, we're 10 minutes before the hour. Good morning, Carl. You just missed my talk about good people. All right. We'll take a look at the market in 5 minutes right before the market happens. I'm going to take a quick double check on the trading economics on the impact of events this today. Double check what we're doing here. Okay, there's some inflation data coming out of Canada today. Somewhat useful. Why is Canada showing up on I want United States only. Okay, there we go. Now it's all good. So I was talking about you? Yeah, right. Dum, dum. 8:30 Chicago Fed National Activity Index. Oh, home price index information will be coming out. Came out at 9. Okay. And it looks like it was something solid. Consumer confidence is a decent report coming out at the top of the hour at 10. Consumer confidence at 10. And a couple of Fed speeches this morning until 2 o'clock are what may wiggle the market. Not a huge amount. And then you got some more home related data tomorrow. Again, around 10. But it's Thursday morning. Like I said yesterday, Thursday morning is when we're going to have final GDP growth rate revision numbers and trade balance information and jobless claims and retail and wholesale inventories all at 8:30. So that's going to be important. The forecast on GDP is for 1.3. Previously was 3.4, a drop to 1.3. That's very bad productivity. And I kind of doubt that. If there's one things that Americans are, is they're freaking resilient. We're like the cockroaches of the world. You can't get rid of us, and we're just going to dominate everywhere. And then Friday, we've got a couple of numbers coming in. All right, so we got 8 minutes until the market opens. And I'm going to finish looking at some of these names. Also, Carl was talking about how NNE is ripe for exiting. Like in case it starts to sell off precipitously. I love using that word when I can. You might consider cashing out and waiting a while for it to base again, no matter even if it keeps going. Cavill, no. NCPL, I think I just had that up, no? No, not looking good. MLGO, no. See, we're looking for stair stepping or more contiguous upward movement in the intraday. This is my intraday over here. Bob says I bought NNE last week, but it just got benchmarked to 39. Did it? Oh boy, the 39. MLGO, VLCN, Volcon. See, this is bad. Spike, fade, sideways. Spike, fade, breakdown, sideways, breakdown, sideways. A little bit of a move, almost full retrace. Yeah, it's no good. Okay, I mean, just trying to teach you guys. I could see it right away. But this one, Glyke, ever since this morning, yesterday, very good, and then it broke down after that. It's full retraces on spikes, so I don't know. It has some potential, but I'm going to go ahead and just stay away from that one. It doesn't look perfect. Okay. Very nice, Bob. Yeah. But don't believe what you hear. Remember to trade what you see. That's reality. All right, so those are those names. Now, anything bigger over here? Vika Glide, Cavill, NCPL, DJT is up another 10% pre-market this morning. I mean, for how much it pulled back, these are not huge amount. Okay, look it. Remember we talked about this. What is going on? I wonder if anybody can remember from our lessons. What is going on this day and now today in the overall spot that we're in? Does anybody remember from our lessons? What might be happening? Because if you can spot this stuff this early, who was there in class? Maybe Ben remembers. It's not just about the shelf. We called it something else. Thanks for chiming in, Ben. Good morning to you. It's something else. If I were to project this line up here, I'm kind of giving it away now. But if I were to project this line at that angle that it's going at, as a matter of fact, it's even more than that. Close to close. See, yes, I see now, but what it is, what is it? Okay. What's happening, what's occurring is called, that's it, fast right side reclaim. Yeah, fast right side reclaim. Reclaim, and it's faster on the right side. It looks like we might be getting up to it in like 5 days, potentially. Okay. Could be even slower than that. But that'd be 5 days what took this much to get through. I'm gonna go live on TikTok now as well. So fast right side reclaim, this is your only chance to notice, to be sharp enough to have an sharp enough eye and knowledge and experience with what is a fast right side reclaim. Not everybody knows what that is. So they go ahead and they get the breakout up here. And then that comes back down. Yeah, it's not good. We are having the opportunity today to buy on a 5-minute dip buy or 1-minute open range breakout and get in today on DJT at really good prices. You'd want to risk your stop down here as far as how you get in. For me, I probably would get a put credit spread. It will go down like that as a break even. But this is a fast right side reclaim, guys. And you don't get those, signals early like that. You were lucky, to see it, because you have to see it on the day of or one day late. So this is pretty much a confirmation of yesterday. You would guess that that's what's going on because yesterday's day was one of the biggest ADR days that there was, much bigger than this one. But if you take a look, the ones in which they were very big like that did trigger fast right side reclaims. But see, there was a little bit of a zigzag on that previous one. So you can expect it to maybe have some pullback and then go up, but still, that's still faster than the time it took to get down. And that could be what's going on. And that happens. You have to look for a change of character. Like if you're, I don't know, security or police officer or whatever, and you're escorting a prisoner, if all of and that prisoner, like you've escorted them many times, but today they're acting different, there's some change in behavior. It's really important for you to notice that before you get shanked. So is that a good analogy? That's funny. Ben is laughing. So anyway, DJT, I think that's highly on our radar this morning to get in. So let's put that over here. We're also, looking at NNE and DJT. And with DJT, you can do what you want, but I'll probably get a put credit spread. But that's long. The idea would be to get shares. And I'd be looking for yes, Matt. I'd be looking to get a put credit spread, which is a long position, 45 days to expiration around 20 delta, or shares. And remember what I said, risk to stop. If you get shares, just put your stop at the bottom of the pivot, $25. It's at $37. So if you want to lose 1% of your portfolio, which is how you should risk things, then you're looking at $12 of risk per share. So let's say you don't want to lose $48 is 1% in your portfolio because it's, I don't know what it is. Then you can get 4 shares. Hey, that's what it is. That's the way it goes. If you want to be able to preserve your money, keep your money, and do proper risk management. All right, we got 20 seconds till the market opens. We already did talk about the been watching these past 2 days, crazy movements on DJT. Oh, yeah. So I mean, it happened before. It's happened a couple of times. This is your third chance for entry, and the signal is there. It's a fast right side reclaim signal. All right. I'm already in NNE, so I'm just going to sit here and watch DJT for a 1 minute opening range breakout or a 5 minute dip by entry type of signal. Looks like I just got a fill on my WDC position. Great. That would be a 50% fill. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I still have 3 contracts left. And okay, well, I guess it's still settling in. That was a bid ask inefficiency fill. That is really good. You love when those happen. And that's all because of Randy. Randy has got me a lot more diligent about putting in my 50% take profits. Okay, DJT is pulling back. And, this is what we can see sometimes. It goes to the previous day's close, or it's called a wick play. Somewhere inside of the wick, it may pick up steam and then shoot out. So we'll see. We'll see. This is also could be considered a negative because it's a gap up open sell off, but it's going to have a bottom at some point today, unless this is the end of DJT and it just starts dropping. But I don't think so. I think it's going to pick up. So we have the 1 minute opening range breakout at 37 we can get in. And I'm going to go look at the options right now. Let's check out if there's a put credit spread that we could sell options. Looks like the 27 is the 21 delta. By the time it signals, it'll probably be the 20. Yeah, the 27 will probably be perfect. However, it is very illiquid. The open interest is quite low, and the bid ask spread is like 80%. So it's not even possible, unfortunately, to get that one. The most liquid one is 25 at 16 delta. Even that's not too tight right now. So it is moving up though. 37 is coming, 36.40. And let's see, what is NNE doing? NNE, yeah, it's tired. It may sell off NNE. We'll see. DJT is struggling. The market is struggling. Altogether, everything is struggling right now. But I mean, it's only the first 75 seconds of the market. We got 6 hours, 6.5 hours here. Holo says Wataman Janam. Check out Holo. Yeah, Holo can move. Yeah, no, no good on Holo. Thank you though. What's this? Invitation to go live together. I've got all these invitations to go live together. Invitations to go live together? I don't really know those guys or about how to do that. I should probably have accepted those. Oh well, sorry guys. Check Zcar. No, that one looks terrible, bro. Okay. You want to be in stocks that go up, not stocks that go down. Don't try to find bottoms on stocks that go down. Try to get on the train of stocks that are going to the gold mines. Jump on those trains. You want stocks that are going up, and then you just want to wait for a little pullback, and then you get in. All right. Thanks for the follow. All right. NNE with the precipitous sell off. This is what I'm talking about. I think NNE is tired. I may go ahead and just close out my whole position. Let me take a look at the daily chart. That will help me understand it a little more. I'm a daily chart master. Uh, This is exactly what we were talking about. Gap up, sell off. We could be at 20 or 18 by the time. I'm gonna just go ahead and let it stay supported by Gamma, and I'll get what I get. Probably it is the right decision to sell everything right around here. But I'm just gonna go ahead and let the whole trade just be guided by Gamma. This is a moving average line, MA, KAMA, moving average. Um, and it's following the 8 moving average as well. So I'll let it breathe a little bit along that moving average. See where it goes from there. Let's take a closer look at the 5 minute on DJT because I think it's going to start to set up for an entry. And by the time it does, those options might be a little bit more liquid. Let's take a look. So the 21 delta, it's not really tightening up. I mean, to be frank, those options are still pretty illiquid. I could get the 26, but even that has like a 30% spread. That's not good. These options were not this illiquid, 2 months ago. For some reason, DJT options are pretty illiquid. Yeah, Bob, thank you. Which one do I recommend? Which stock do I recommend? Oh boy, that's such a great question. That's a very deep and long question. There's so many great stocks out there. Let's see. I mean, came to mind was Elf. Then you have ANF. See how these stocks they just keep going up and up and up. This is over the course of like a year. You want stocks like that. You pull up their charts and they just all they do has been going up. Okay, yeah, they have periods of rest and pullback, but then they continue. And then they have periods of rest and pullback, and then they continue. That's what you want. All right, Wataman? Watanam. Sorry. Watanam. What is that name and where is that from? I'm going to click your name here and see a little bit more about you. It doesn't really say. Sawat Sawalat Khanzoi. I mean, I'm getting like, oh no, I don't know where that's from. Where are you from? Anyway, and then we look at other things that might be starting to, but you want a very nice, smooth. Look at this FICO, Fair Isaac Corp. That's nice. That looks beautiful. That's breaking out right now, FICO. DJT, I'm still looking to see if we can get a little bit more of a liquid. Yeah, the option situation just is not improving. And there it is. That's the entry for DJT, 37. But I couldn't find any PCS. But if you guys trade shares, that's it. That's your entry on DJT for the fast right side reclaim prediction. We'll probably be at 56 if this comes true in a week. 53, 56, somewhere in there. And it's at 37 right now. This is it. That was the signal, 37. Let me check my WDC. WDC, where are you? WDC, yep, there it is. Okay, you see the bid ask has settled in. I also just got an exit on FTAI, so I got to look at that. But all right, I'm going to try to get another exit on WDC. Let's see if I can get, what did I get already? I got WDC, I got 21 cents. All right, so I'll put one in for 19 cents and let it sit all day. Also put it good to cancel. All right, we'll let that sit all day. But so you got that? Yeah, LRHC I think is good. Let me see. Oh no, never mind. But yeah, it's been flying lately. It's flying this morning. My issue is probably liquidity on it, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, Carnival Cruise Line's good, but RCL better. Like, look at this. This is Carnival Cruise Lines. Now look at Royal Caribbean. Way better. Look at Royal Caribbean, bro. Straight up. But look at CCL from the same point. It's actually down. You can't see it. Let me see if I can move the chart a little bit. Well, It's actually down, you know. So Royal Caribbean's doing really good. They just added 2 new vessels to their fleet, which are world class, top number one best cruise ships in the world, and they got 2 of them. So it's like just, good planning. Well, way to go RCL, because it's just in time to start to make some money in this new business cycle that's kicking off over the next 7 years. So RCL is going to be a fucking monster. This is just the beginning. RCL. They did. You talking about RCL or CCL, Anthony? It doesn't matter because RCL's ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? And they're way ahead. And they're going to continue to gobble up market share. Wow, I got that 19-cent fill on WDC. That's really great for me. All right, I got to put one down at like 15 then. I'm almost at 100% max profit then at that point. Right, I'll let that one sit. And oh yeah, I needed to go into FTAI and look to put in another order there. What was my fill? My fill on FTAI. Look at this one. That's the model chart, you guys. FTAI. That's our crux for those of you who've been with me for a long time. Know what I'm talking about. Look at that chart, guys. Just take a screenshot. I did, right? Um, take a screenshot. This is the model chart. This is what you're looking for. Stocks that go all the way up, that just keep going and keep going. And then you just want to find a little resting period. They pull back a little bit, they rest, they go sideways, and then you plant some seed and whew, next time it goes. FTAI. So anyway, I got to take another take profit on that one. I'm already in it. FTAI, 39 cents was my last take profit. I'm now at 60% max profit and can get 33 cents. Well, I'm going to be a little more aggressive than that. I'm going to try 28 cents and we'll see where that goes. I might get a fill. If so, then we're really making money. Doing really good. Let's take a look at rates really quick and see what rates are doing. So here's the 30-year, which is the one that I've bought into. And it definitely has come down from a peak of almost 4.9, and we're sitting at 4.4. Now we're going to need to get below 4.186 or 4.2, just think of it, in order to, we're going to have to break down 4.2% in order to really have a reversal going on and pushing down. On a technical analysis side, when you're figuring out your pivot points, you look at this and you think maybe this is a pivot point right here. It may create a double bottom and a slight little shoulder, but the thing is, this is not the significant pivot point to break. It would not cause a bottom reversal. Why? Because any price action that's inside of prior pivot low and pivot high is inconsequential price action and is meaningless until we break that high right there. And so now that pivot point becomes significant. And this one is not significant. It's not a significant price level. It's significant enough to provide support and a little shoulder perhaps. But even if it were to break down, it's not breaking down anything. The real important one to watch is this level right here, which is 4.2%. So those are like false pivot levels. You have to learn how to notice those. This is a false pivot level, inconsequential, because the previous pivot low and pivot high that was put in, priced inside of there, never broke it. This movement here is inconsequential until it breaks that previous level. Now you put in a lower low, a higher low rather. And then it eventually gets up to that higher high, puts that in. And you could say that this one coming down, that these are important on the downside. But this level here is the significant level, 4.2%. All right. That's a little technical analysis theory for you. DJT, all right, it's going sideways. Checking on NNE, actually hit 25 and change just a few minutes ago, which is near pre-market highs or all-time highs as well. Take a look at that on the daily chart, NNE. I mean, it's just flying up there. I'm very tempted to just go ahead and take all my profits soon, but I do have an order to sell another 5% of my OG original position at 27.50. So maybe we pop that. I mean, yesterday's day was like a 40% ADR day. So 40% today from 21.75 bottom would be 30.45. So if we got today the kind of day we had yesterday, which are rare, by the way, high ADR percent days are usually 1 in 20, 1 in 10, rather, 1 in 10. Okay, I'm just remembering my statistics here. 1 in 10. And to get them back to back, therefore, is like 1 in 10 times 1 in 10, 1 in 100. Very rare. So yeah, I'll probably be looking to, we're probably slowing down today, not speeding up on NNE. Although it is pretty cool to have the whole penny stocking crowd finally find a good company, those fucking morons. I mean, all they do is trade. They're fleas on the dog, right? Like we are, but the penny stocking crowd is like the bacteria on the flea. I mean, I'm not saying bad things about them necessarily because I trade the penny stocks too. I do it too. But the truth is the truth that it's a real degenerate crowd and they're kind of like poor just as soon as quick as they're rich. So they're not necessarily, a crowd with smooth. I don't know. I'll quit while I'm behind head on that. But the point is that it's nice to finally have a good company making portable mobile nuclear power reactors. Have the penny stocking crowd freaking out about them and putting all their money into it. They probably can't believe it just keeps going up. It's the strangest things. These things usually crap out. Well, a lot of the people who are in it are those penny stockers. And as soon as the writing is on the wall, they're all going to be selling. So it's going to behave like a penny stock. But that'll afford us some opportunity to get in about a month again at maybe $10. It might even hit 9 or even 8. Who knows? We'll see how far down it goes. I'm already in it and we're taking profits. This is the daily C1D, 1 day per bar. What happened to Nvidia? Nothing. I mean, when things top out like that, uh, they got to rest. I mean, look back here. Nvidia did the same thing right here. See, it had a big run after earnings and then sold off. It did the same thing, at least. Same thing. Okay, and then we fast forward and we have big run, earnings, and then it sells off. Same thing. So it's just got to rest now. Nvidia needs to rest. It's overblown. Um, my signal here on RSI is saying today's an early entry day on Nvidia. All right, I'm gonna go get that. This could be 3 days ahead of Nvidia taking off some, And then even when it does that, it's probably going to continue to digest, but this could be a low point, a very good early low signal here. NVIDIA 20 delta is roughly the 105 level. So that'd be down here on August 16, 816. So that would look like this is a break even line. Something like that, probably. Do I want it? Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, you want to buy these things at the lows if you can find the cheat entries. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to go for the 105. Nice round number. It pays 23 for 77 cents. So that is 23 divided by 77, 29% return on capital. See, now I might actually go down to the 100 then. If it's going to give me at the 14 delta, if it's going to give me 25 ROC, then I might. Okay, 16 out of 84, that's 19%. I'm pretty close to fine with that. That's at the 100, and I would get a more probable level. So that would look something like this. A little bit of a better angle. I'm deciding right now. I'm gonna go with the 105, but I might make it five wide. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the 105 100, and it is perfectly efficiently priced at $1. So that's 25% ROC. I'm loving it. And I'm getting that position now. And there we go. I'm in. And what I got, so I got the 105 100 for dollars. That my break even it will be 104 on the 16th. There you go. Done. Got it right here. What'd you say? Can you take a look at silver daily when you get a chance and let me know what you think? Yeah. Please what? Uh Silver futures. I suppose you're talking about silver futures on the daily. Yeah, so silver's in an appreciation cycle. When will it end? With commodities, they usually last a long time. You can have like a year and a half of a move at times. So, and it's pulled back, and it's pulled back to this 50 like it has on previous times. So, anybody's guess is anybody's guess, but it's anywhere around here could be a good time to get in. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, but this whole area here looks like an interesting spot to get in. For it to at least retest previous highs. That could be slow and take a while. Here we are in September at that price. So, um, it is what it is. If you're interested in silver, there you go. I don't know if I'm that interested in the silver trade there. What trade you did, I just joined, and that was NVIDIA. I just got NVIDIA long. What I happened to do was get a put credit spread, which allows me to have a break even line that's descending. So it's long, just like you would get shares, but it's a break even line that's descending, and it's about 2x leverage. So it's win-win. It is better than shares trading, but you'd have to learn how to do that anyway to put credit spread or entry here at 122. And the reasoning is we've got a turn up in the RSI after a huge pullback to a typical important juncture in the RSI. That's the main reason for trying to catch this early entry. It's a little bit of a falling knife, but we're getting some confirmation from the RSI. We're getting a little bit of that from the market as well. This turn up in the RSI. This could be an early entry signal on the market saying things could be good from this point forward. However, um, you have to find the individual stocks to get in. I mean, you can trade the market if you want, but the market signal is potentially, we'll see by the end of the day how we end up with this RSI, is potentially good. Market softening here. Alrighty, you guys, that's the morning show. I'll see you tomorrow morning. If anybody out there is new to the show or the program here, click the link in my bio for all the different resources I offer. And then you can also come and join our group. All right. So I'd love to see you in there. And we're trading the markets every day. All right. Have a good morning, everybody. I'll see you back in the group. Let's keep each other posted on opportunities.